All right, good Wednesday morning, June 4th, 2025. How y'all doing this morning? It is gray, it is warm, it is humid, and we're anticipating a bunch of storms to be ripping through the mid-Michigan area later today. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful start to your day, and if you're anticipating storms, batten down the hatches, or if you're like our good friend Brent DeWitt here, he got rocked pretty good last night. So T's and P's to the Lakeshore team. Hopefully, they get power back on. He's running on backup generator right now. And they came back on about midnight. All right, good, man. Good to see, dude. Glad to see you're taken care of. So hopefully you guys are all ready for the storms coming in today. They've been picking up quite a bit of power over the plains section, and should be rocking mid-Michigan here pretty soon. Guys, how you doing? How are you? I, of course, am Hat and Beard, and this is the Hat and Beard Show. Today, fellas, we are going to do a quick little run around, just a little bit of national news coming out. Again, it is the middle of the off-season. We got OTAs underway, but once those are wrapped up, we're going to be in a little bit of a dry spell for news. All we can do is anticipate. But nationally, we got a little bit of Steelers respond to angry fans after Mason Rudolph, Miles Killebrew, who's a former Lion, give President Donald Trump a jersey at rally. That's right, 4547 ended up getting a jersey handed to him during a stop in, I believe it was Milford or something like that, Pennsylvania. He stopped because, Trump's trying to be an America First guy, and we need to bring back steel manufacturing here to these United States, give a good shot in the ass to the old Steel City, resurge the Rust Belt. Let's go. But people, you know how it gets in the world of politics, man. People be touchy-feely and feely-touchy, especially when it comes to Mr. DJT 4547. So we'll go ahead and look into that. Then we're going to take it locally here. As we said, OTAs are underway. And over at Pride of Detroit, there's a small little article we're going to read. Lions News. New linebacker says practice intensity in Detroit is, quote, eye-opening. Lions linebacker Grant Stuard noticed a difference in Allen Park from the jump. Corey Woods from MLive has more on Stuart's early experiences in Detroit. We're also going to go ahead and give you guys a little taste of our boys here in Detroit. The dynamic duo of Sonic and Knuckles have paired with Michigan's own Faygo Soda Company, and they've released an ad campaign. We will take a little look at that. It's fun. It's good to see Faygo getting a little bit of traction and pairing with such important figures here in Michigan, both for the Detroit Lions and also culturally for the people of Michigan. And then, boys, we're going to be walking on over to SI.com. Hey, Jason Kenyon, good morning, my friend. ¿Cómo estás, amigos? I think I read that right. I'm not so great at reading French. Just kidding. We're going to be walking over to SI.com. Lions on SI. Cryptic Alex Anzalone video does not reference the Detroit Lions. That's right. Alex Anzalone posted a latest workout video on social media, and we're going to kind of take a look at that and kind of see what that means for the Detroit Lions, what we can kind of anticipate. We're also going to be walking on over to Lions Wire. Alex Anzalone's cryptic message adds fuel to her perceived contract demands in Detroit. So a little bit of Alex Anzalone news to wrap up the show. As you guys know, he's been missing out on OTAs. But before we get into all that, would you kindly do me a rock-solid favor? If you haven't already, would you kindly walk on over and assault that like button, hit it with 2 pieces and a biscuit on your way out the door. If you're new here to the channel and you want to be part of the team, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's something we're trying to get the numbers up a little bit here. We're chasing that ever-elusive 700 subscriber mark. Just went over 650 just this week alone, and it's because of all of you tuning in, showing up. And, and to be completely honest, it's the yeoman's work put in by guys like Brent Stuard or Brent DeWitt, Mr. Detroit City. You guys are out there plugging my channel, and I can't thank you guys enough, seriously. But as we cited down here in the chat, this is a live show, and we have a poll pulled up right now. Will Alex Anzalone be on the team come the start of the regular season? There are no wrong answers here. There is option A, yes, he must, a true leader. Currently ahead at 67%, and no, Action Jack Campbell's time to lead with 33% of the vote. We're going to go ahead and leave that poll up for the duration of the show. And if you're wondering, hey, oh my goodness gracious me, Hat and Beard, this show is absolutely lights out. I really like what we do here in the 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. block. And you know what? That's awesome because we are the largest, fastest growing Detroit Lions and NFL content creation station in the 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. block, broadcasting exclusively from his dead grandmother's sewing room, coming to you live from Grandma Studio 1. And if you want to be a part and know when we go live Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., ring that notification bell so that you can join this rowdy bunch of guys we got here hanging out in the chat every day. It's a good group of you guys, and we are building a strong, solid community. And I'd like you to be a part of it. So go ahead and ring that notification bell. And finally, the number one thing you can do if you really want to help this channel grow, help me out, help this community expand, really bring back old sports talk style information exchange here on the internet, go ahead and share this video around with all your friends. Now, I completely understand. In today's modern social media world, you have a well-cultivated and groomed social media profile, presentation, maybe not necessarily who you are. And the Hat and Beard Show, look, guys, I don't want to be affiliated with myself. You probably don't want to publicly be affiliated with me. We don't want your grandma knowing that you watch the Hat and Beard Show because, you know, I'm a weird guy, right? So instead of sharing this around and tanking all of your friendships on Facebook, Twitter, and the like, go ahead and just copy that link down onto your clipboard. Go ahead and do it 2, 3, 4 times. It just keeps piling it up, and shares keep piling up in the algorithm, and it kind of pushes our content out there. So down in the chat, we do have a little bit of popping off. Jason Kenyon, good morning, my dude. Mr. Detroit City show blowing up double-digit viewers in the first 2 minutes. Holy crappers, dude. Are you serious? All right, well, we're holding strong at 8 right now. Heard Alex Anzalone is the 22nd highest paid linebacker, Brent DeWitt. Yeah, if I recall, the extension that we signed Alex Anzalone to back in 23 was a very mid contract extension, a very team-friendly contract extension. So I understand the frustrations when he sees guys like Derek Barnes getting that, in my eyes, a little slightly overpaid bag. But maybe Derek Barnes is going to be taking that step. We don't know. Been gaining like 2 subs a day. Heck yeah. Yes, Mr. Detroit City. So far, we have actually hit 2 subs every single day during the live show. And again, it's because of guys like you. Sam Armstrong, good morning, my guy. Good morning. Welcome to have you back here, dude. Glad to see you tuning in for, what was this, 2 consecutive days in a row? Man, look at you, dude, being an MVP. The equation is progress equals happiness. Isn't that straight, Mr. Detroit City? And Sam Armstrong, I hope the team isn't falling apart. We need Alex Anzalone. Jason Kenyon, not worried about AA or Big Frank retiring. You know, 3 days in a row. That's right, Sam Armstrong. 3 days in a row. Golly, man. Look at you, dude. You're gonna make me blush. Well, Jason, to touch on the AA and Big Frank thing, you know, I like Alex Anzalone. I really liked Frank Ragnow. I had already mentally prepared for Frank Ragnow to retire at the end of the season. We talked about this yesterday. I think that it's mutually beneficial for all parties for him to walk now as opposed to breaking down or waiting until closer to training camp to retire. I like the Alex Anzalone personality on the team. I like what he represents. I like the pillar of the rebuild that he is, you know, coming with Dan Campbell from New Orleans, you know, knowing what we want to be on defense and being an outright leader on the team. But if Alex Anzalone, who's on the wrong side of 30, is going to expect to get top 5 linebacker money and, you know, reset the linebacker market, well, you can go do that elsewhere, bud, because we have guys like Action Jack Campbell. We just paid Derek Barnes. And come November, the dark horse that everyone keeps to be sleeping on is our boy Rodrigo will be back. And Malcolm Rodriguez is a tremendously talented linebacker, sleeper, if you will, because he's been kind of stashed as a developmental type piece. But when he's on the field, I mean, the guy's a human highlight reel. Morning, Chase. Hey, Chase. Good morning, brother. How you doing, guys? You guys doing well? Everybody hanging in there doing great. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad to have you here. Glad to have everybody here. Now that we are about 10 minutes in the show, let's finally read some news, huh?
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
All right. I was brought to my attention that Glasgow was at center during Goff's perfect game. Glasgow has been preparing for this. Losing Frank sucks, like when we lost Travis Swenson and Frank took over. You know, You're not wrong there. Graham Glasgow, Jason, you are correct. Graham Glasgow, if you think about it, was very important to the team. You know, during Goff's perfect game, he was part of the developmental piece of Frank Ragnow during his first stint in Detroit. What he represents by coming back to the organization after a massive regime change really showcase and kind of signals to NFL players that the team is now different. It is a different situation, both on the field, the product, but also in the locker room. I think we're going to be okay. Obviously, losing one of the best to ever play center for the Detroit Lions is going to be a blow, especially the cerebral, the chess match, the quarterback of the offensive line. But I think we're going to be okay without Frank Ragnow. I live an hour from where Rodrigo is here. He is a great utility position player. Yes, Jason, you are not wrong about that. He not only is a great utility, I think he just his mentality, his energy, where the guy's at and how he plays really fits what we're trying to do here in Detroit. But nationally, the Steelers respond to angry fans after Mason Rudolph and Miles Killebrew, former Lion, give President Donald Trump a jersey at rally. The Pittsburgh Steelers are reportedly responding to fans upset that current and former members of the team attended a rally hosted by President Donald Trump on Friday, according to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Quarterback Mason Rudolph, safety Miles Killebrew, and former Steelers running back Rocky Blair all attended a rally hosted by Trump in West Mifflin, not far from Pittsburgh. At the event, the three presented Trump with a Steelers jersey, number 47. Some fans were upset with the decision and decided to email the team with their complaints. The team reportedly responded to those fans, saying current and former players are allowed to make their own decisions and that their views, quote, do not necessarily represent the view of the entire Pittsburgh Steelers organization. Not necessarily. I like that right there. Here you go, quote, we appreciate you taking the time to share your thoughts with us. As valued fans, your voice is an essential part of what makes our Steelers community and fan base so strong. We understand that a recent rally in Pittsburgh has generated a range of reactions from our fan base. Our alum and current players make their own individual decisions that reflect their views, and they do not necessarily represent the view of the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. Thank you again for sharing your thoughts. We appreciate your passion and continued support for the team. Basically, go fuck yourself. That's basically what they just said. Hey, we're done with the identity politics nonsense. We're not playing this shit. We're not playing this game. We're not doing this nonsense. Sorry you feel that way, but players are allowed to have autonomy over their own individual opinions. Go fuck yourself is basically what they said. Team spokesman Bert Lawton confirmed at the Post-Gazette that the team sent out the emails to fans. Rudolph was asked about the appearance and the backlash it caused among fans at team workouts Wednesday. He stressed the importance of freedom of speech. Quote, there's backlash every day. You look on social media, there's constant. That's the nature of social media. That's why America is so great. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Speech is free. Par for the course. Rudolph currently sits atop the Steelers quarterback depth chart. He's slated to be the starter unless it signs veteran Aaron Diddly-Doo Rodgers. Killebrew's added that he always dreamed about meeting the president as a kid and wanted to be able to tell his kids he met a sitting U.S. president. The Rooney family, which owns the Steelers, has supported Democrat politicians in the past, including former President Barack the Obama. That's right. So, you know what? I kind of like what the Steelers are doing here, especially, to tie it in with June. This is kind of a big month for identity politics and social justice warrioring, with it being Pride Month or whatever. And we've seen a tremendous drop-off in funding, both from the corporate level. We've seen Pride events straight up be canceled because of lack of funding. I think what you're starting to see now is things like this could eventually escalate to the point where the NFL says, we're done, we're sick of the shit. Players can do what they want. We're not doing the Black National Anthem. We're not doing all this extra woke identity politics stuff. We want to be what do they want? $27 billion in revenue come 2030. And if they want to do that, they're going to have to start touching the pocketbooks of the majority of Americans who, look, guys, last November, America spoke. It is what it is. We don't want your weird woke shit anymore. And if that means that Steelers players are going to go out and give President 4547 a 47 jersey, then go ahead and fucking let them. And the team needs to just sit there and twiddle their thumbs and say exactly what they said. They need to say exactly what they said right here. Our alumni and current players make their own individual decisions that reflect their views, and they do not necessarily represent the view of the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. Stop complaining about players having autonomy over their own thoughts. Yes, I get it. We tend to kind of, shut up and dribble, just play the sport, and I get that. And I'm not really too wild about cultural influences being dipped into the politisphere. But like Andrew Breitbart said years and years and years and years ago, politics is downstream from culture. And with the election in last November, what we've seen is now people going to be a lot more open about their conservatism. Killebrew didn't know where he stood. Not surprised with Mason Rudolph, though, if I'm being honest. But you know what? I'm glad that Pittsburgh's not really taking action, and they're just kind of saying, hey, you can be pissed off. Go fuck yourself. I kind of like that. Let's roll ahead on over to the chat. I think we'll be fine without AA. Same without Frank. Honestly, I say we use some of our cash this year to grab Asante Samuel Jr. and really beef up the back end and maybe sign a Judon or two. Mr. Detroit City, I like the idea of possibly bringing in a Matt Judon just to kind of bolster that. I thought he was a nice little candidate instead of Zadarius Smith. I think the production is better with a Matt Judon. Both guys are kind of pass rush specialists. I was also kind of thinking maybe an Asante Samuel Jr. would be a nice addition to the team. We did kind of go a little bit heavy bringing in Avonte Maddox and DJ Reed. Maybe once we get into training camp, Asante Samuel's still out there. Maybe Rakestraw's not really getting up to par where we need him to be, possibly an injury or two. And by not spending the money on Alex Anzalone, with freeing up the cap space from Frank Ragnow's retirement, we do have a little bit more money to go out and maybe go grab a guy that we might want. Barack Obama, I was tricked with. I was tricked with him. Yeah, me too, dude. I was. I voted for Barack Obama. It was the first time I could ever vote. I was young, I was liberal, and I was very impressed by the shiny hope and change. And boy, was he a smooth talker. And boy, was he just par for the course, keeping that military-industrial complex just plugging right along. Art Vanderlei. Good morning, Art Vanderlei. Good to see you, my guy. Pretty sure Yahoo has a PhD in blowing things out of proportion. I completely agree with you, Art Vanderlei. I completely agree with you. And that's kind of why I tend to not really read your mainstream, your CBS's, your Fox's, your Yahoo's. Most I get is I'll get a little bit into SI. Once in a while, I'll venture out into these mainstream ones. But, God, they're just so full of bloat and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Brent DeWitt says, Ragnow leaving makes Hank Fraley staying a much bigger deal. Hank's Tanks will see us through the transition. Hank's Tanks, I like that. And, yeah, it really does. With Frank gone, it really puts an emphasis on how important Hank Fraley is to the organization. And that's why they chose to promote him, give him the run game coordinator job as well. Sam Armstrong. Love the show even more. Hell yeah, Sam Armstrong. I'm guessing I said some things you agree with, my guy. Jason Kenyon, that's why I was glad to be a Cowboy, regardless of the culture and politics. Everyone stood for the anthem, kneeled, bowed, and our heads in prayer. Then it was all action after. Exactly, dude. And, I've actually kind of thought about maybe toying around with playing the national anthem, or not the national anthem, but the Pledge of Allegiance at the start of our show. There's just something about, good old American God and country. You know what I'm saying? And we need to get back to those deep-rooted, strong American values that built the greatest country the world has ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Art Vanderlei, good morning. Cake Man 11218. Jesus is so lame. Well, I disagree with you. But that's your opinion. You're allowed to have it. But hey, you know what, man? All I'm saying is that in my life, since opening up to Jesus, things have gotten a lot easier, bro. So it's just something to kick around, man. It's just something to kick around. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys haven't already, would you kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video, ring that notification bell so that you never miss out on any content, and share this video around with all your friends. We're going to go ahead and do a barrel roll on over here to Pride of Detroit. New linebacker says practice intensity in Detroit is, quote, eye-opening. That's what I'm saying, dude. We are a cut above everyone else. New Detroit Lions linebacker Grant Stuard has been around the block before in the NFL. The fifth-year linebacker spent his rookie season with the Tampa, Bay Buccaneers and the last 3 with the Indianapolis Colts. I don't agree with that. One well-run and one organization that is a franchise. However, having spent a little time in the Lions offseason program, Stuard has quickly noticed that things are a bit different over in Allen Park. Quote, "It's been something. It's been an adjustment period. You know what I'm saying? I'm studying my butt off just because the standard is the same here, so I'm just trying to really match the level of intensity and expectation. For someone like Stuard, who is known for how hard he plays the game, to comment on the intensity during practice, Lions coach Dan Campbell really has things dialed in." So that's just a little blurb, a little something to kind of say, hey, the new faces are like, oh, damn, you guys do shit differently around here. Y'all do things way differently than I've done in the past at other organizations. Tampa, who is a perennial playoff team. Indianapolis, who is a dumpster fire of an organization. And maybe things change moving forward now that, unfortunately, Jim Irsay died, and ownership is now going to shift to, I think one of his daughters has taken over, but maybe we'll see a change in the direction that Indianapolis is going. They've been down for quite a bit here, ever since Andrew Luck kind of retired abruptly. They took a big swing on AR-15, who I kind of thought was going to be that guy, and if he doesn't shit or get off the pot this year, AR-15, off to the UFL with you, my guy. Real quick, though, there's some other news in here. I actually really like... this isn't the article I thought it was. I thought this was... what's his name from Woodward? Shit, I can't remember. But anyway, check this out, guys. I want to play this video. So, like I said, Sonic and Knuckles paired with Faygo, and they recorded a commercial for Faygo. So we're gonna go ahead and watch this commercial. I think it's kind of cool. Mostly because obviously it's Monty and Gibbs hitting a national, advertisement campaign. It's also Faygo, local company here, really reaching out. You know what I'm saying? Really trying to make their swing at things. So here you go. Check this out.
Yo, pass me a bubble pop. Bet.
Super pop. Bubble pop. Super pop. Bubble pop. Whoa.
Welcome to the House of Faygo. For unbeatable flavors and more, visit houseoffago.com.
Yo, there is something so fucking wholesome about David Montgomery. Like, look at how happy he is. Look at Monty's face. Look at this motherfucker. Ooh, he's just cheesing, having himself the time of his life. Look at him. Look how happy this motherfucker is. He's I'm on a commercial. Woo, I'm drinking Faygo. Yeah. Like, Gibbs is having a good time, but Monty, that David Montgomery, look at him. That Monty cheese, dude. Oh man, if that don't lighten your mood and just put a little smile on your face, I don't know what the hell will, man. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Let's go ahead and roll over to the chat. I'm sure that B93 Country in GR still plays the anthem at 5 a.m. every morning. B93, nobody plays more country than B93. Brent DeWitt, clowns are a cult show. Clowns are a cult show. Yes, the clowns are a cult show. I really fucked that up. I actually like that. Yep, Brent DeWitt, the Colts are, in fact, a cult show. Rip Jim Irsay, Rip Iceman. Going to miss Iceman. Daughter is taking over the Colts now. Brent DeWitt. Yeah, I feel like I seen a blurb about that. Which, yeah, maybe they're trying the NFL is a league of parody. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're trying to follow what the old Detroit Lions did when Sheila finally got her dirty little dick beaters on the team and was able to change things around, really right the ship and get us going in the proper direction. Art Vanderlei, if you guys get a chance, listen to Golden Tate's interview on Bussin' with the Boys. Good looking at the dumpster fire with Patricia and Bob Quinn. Oh, hell yeah, dude. That Art Vanderlei, I'm writing that down. So Golden Tate was on Bussin' with the Boys, huh? Ooh, that's going to be a good interview. I always liked Golden Tate in Detroit, man. I always liked Golden Tate simply because there was, 1 year where Calvin got hurt and Tate ended up having like 1,300 yards. Golden Tate, you know what Golden Tate, you know who Golden Tate makes me think of on the current Lions roster now? Amon-Ra. Don't they just have a lot of similarities with their tenacity and their just their route running and their energy on the field? I think Amon-Ra is a lot better of a wide receiver than Golden Tate. But now that I think about it, a lot of similarities between those two guys. As Mr. Detroit City said, yes, sir, like, share, and subscribe. All the support helps. Exactly, you guys. If you don't mind, like, share, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell so you never miss out on any future content. Thanks, Art will do. Hell yeah, dude. Art, actually, I'm going to check that out. Golden Tate was a dog. Yeah, dude. Art Vanderlei, Golden Tate was, he got significantly overshadowed by Calvin being here, so he never really got the national recognition that he should have. But Golden Tate was a dude, man. He was a baller here in Detroit, and he did it during the Quintricia era, which is just like, talk about a worst fucking time period to be in Detroit. So, guys, we're going to walk over to sionlions.com. This is a Cryptic Alex Anzalone video, does not reference the Detroit Lions. So we're going to finish the show out talking a couple articles here about our boy Alex Anzalone, as that is the main talking point for our Detroit Lions organization. What will Alex Anzalone and the organization do? Detroit Lions linebacker Alex Anzalone is missed by his teammates, who are participating in another week of OTAs at the team's Performance Center. In his latest workout video, the veteran linebacker is training with conditioning staff and does not reference the team nor don any Lions gear. Alex Anzalone shared, "In life you have options. Which will you choose?" Jahmyr Gibbs replied that he missed his teammate, while former Lions defensive back Ife Melifonwu, who now plays for the Miami Dolphins, simply posted a dollar bag sign emoji. It is perceived that the 30-year-old is seeking a brand new contract extension, as he is in the final year of his 3-year contract extension signed back in 2023. During the first session of OTAs last week, fellow linebacker Action Jack Campbell emphasized that there is no bad blood between the veteran and the organization amidst the current contract situation. "I've talked to Alex. I've got a lot of respect for him and everything that he's about," Campbell said. "Obviously, he's not here now, but it's totally up between him and everyone in the Lions organization. He's done a lot of great things for us. He's a team captain. I can't say enough good things about him. That's between him and the Lions, and it's none of my business," Campbell added. "I've got everyone's back in everything from Alex to the organization. There's no bad blood between anybody. Alex is a great guy, and his team really appreciates who he is and the player he is." So we're going to go ahead and take a little look here at Alex Anzalone's workout video. This popped up yesterday. I don't remember what I was doing. I might have been taking a dump at work. And, I was like, oh boy, Alex Anzalone news. I can't wait to see what the fuck he's going to say. Honestly, I don't think it's the route, but I was anticipating, preparing myself mentally for them to be like, Alex Anzalone also retires. And it's like, oh, fucking awesome. Possum. Down in the chat. Agreed with the assessment of Tate versus St. Brown. Dogs and Saint is better, Jason Kenya. I agree. Their build and their route running ability is very similar, but the work ethic, the mentality, the physicality, the overall desire to win, I think, is significantly greater than Golden Tate. I think Amon-Ra is the next level above those. Similarities in their game are right there. Tate was the Yak King, Brent DeWitt. You are correct. Love Anzo. Hope he gets what he wants. Don't want to see Brad overpaying for him, though. And that's kind of what I'm at, Art Vanderlei, is what kind of a contract are you expecting, Alex Anzalone? Because I love the guy. I'd love to see Alex Anzalone retire as a Detroit Lion, transition into becoming part of the coaching staff, and end up being our defensive coordinator. But if Alex Anzalone wants to reset the linebacker market, or think he's going to get on the wrong side of 30, think he's going to get a top 5 linebacker contract after missing, and by no fault of his own, but technically it's by Brian Branch's fault. But he did miss a significant chunk of time last year with that busted arm. He did come back and played at a good level, but that's going to cost you a good couple $1 million against your salary expectations. Was clear from Captain Jack's interview that he'd rather be any place else than answering questions. Yeah, dude, Jack Campbell, not really wild about talking to the media. Yeah, he's one of those I'm Jack Campbell and I play football type guys. You know what I mean? Not going to give you any good quotes, not going to give you a lot of pizzazz, not a lot of emotion in his voice when he talks. Action Jack Campbell is just like just cool, just calm. You know what I'm saying? Even in the midst of a game, you don't ever see him really getting too worked up or bent out of shape. Mr. Detroit City says, Sydney Sweeney sells soaps that smells like her bathwater. Ansel should start selling hair combs that smell like his blonde locks from above. Well, I can tell you this much: Hatton Boobs would want that. I'd have to buy something like that for Hatton Boobs because she loves her some Alex Anzalone. She is a big fan of Alex Anzalone. So I can tell you this much: if Alex Anzalone isn't on the Detroit Lions organization or with the Lions organization, Hatton Boobs is going to be fucking pissed. And frankly, I don't want to spend the first half of the season having every defensive play her go, well, Anzalone would have made the play. Anzalone would have done this because she's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? She's not wrong. But Sydney Sweeney selling soap has started to make me think, you know, boys, maybe I should get into the bathwater soap smelling industry. Don't you think there could be a nice market carved out for Ginger Fresh? You know, just instead of Irish Spring, call it Ginger Fresh, and it could be a big bright orange bar of soap that smells like garlic, because you guys have no reason to know this, but I eat a shitload of garlic and just kind of smell like garlic all the time. Yeah, so Art Vanderlei, I think the Barnes contract is kind of what has salted Anzalone's nuts a little bit. And frankly, I think we paid a little too much for Derek Barnes. Excuse me. I think we maybe overpaid by a couple, $3, $4, $5 million. There you go. Sam Armstrong. I wouldn't care if I was the 20th paid linebacker if I loved my situation. And that's kind of the thing, man. Wrong side of 30. He's starting to make contract demands that aren't really coinciding with the money moves that we got to make for the future of the organization. But the question is where are you going to go? At this point in your career, if you leave the Detroit Lions, be it through a trade or at the end of next season, you're going to be another year older. You're going to have to learn an entirely new system. And chances are you're probably going to an organization that isn't competing for a Super Bowl. Probably going to have to go to more of a rebuild situation. So, you know, it comes down to, do you want the chance at the ring or do you want your bag? Frankly, I'd want the ring. If you get the ring, you're immortalized forever. You are a Super Bowl champion. Kenny Pickett, like it or not, is a fucking Super Bowl champion, right? So, but here's the video of Alex working on it. Feels good. I couldn't move like that if I was, oh, I'm going to get copyrighted on the music. Oopsie. Yep, I'm going to get copyrighted on that music. Oh, well. AA is perfect for our scheme, but probably not worth as much as for other teams. That's probably right. He's I dare say, a system fit linebacker for the Detroit Lions, and our defense is kind of built around his skill set. Jason, can you tape me up and put a S-girdle on me? I'll take a day of that pay. No shit, bro. And, like, Jason, this is kind of the thing that, like, when we talk about contracts and, oh, you only got so many million. Motherfucker, your signing bonus is more than I make in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all motherfuckers, for signing your name, even if you don't play a snap, your guaranteed money is generational wealth to 99% of the people in this country, man. You fucking greedy bastards. Golly. Anzo's originally here because of Aaron Glenn, so he could be dangled in front of them for something, my guess. And that very well could be maybe trade bait material to go to the Jets because he knows what Aaron Glenn's trying to do. Sue and Stafford are Super Bowl champions, unfortunately not in Detroit. That's true, Sue and Stafford. And we had to suffer through that Matt Stafford Super Bowl run. It was fucking terrible. Brendan Dillinger, show meat. Well, you got to pay for that, bud. Sorry, I don't just show meat for free. You want to see the meat, you're going to have to pay, bud. Although I appreciate your desire to want to see my meat. It is, It is glorious in all of its gingery glory. Sam Armstrong, my workout song would have been Don't Tread on Me from Metallica. Don't tread on me. Dude, huge Metallica fan. Massive Metallica fan, Sam Armstrong. I've seen him 3 times. I'm 37 years old, and I've seen him 3 times in my life, which is pretty amazing considering how old they are. My favorite band of all time is Metallica, especially the Black Album. Well, technically it's a self-titled album, but dude, Don't Tread on Me is an absolute banger. And you can't really see it. But I was actually texting with my cousin the other day, who's the guy who actually shot the deer that I have in the background here, B-Rad, and you can't quite see it. You can kind of see a little bit of the blue Hawaiian shirt that I have on him, but I have this buck mount, right? And I actually have a Don't Tread on Me hat on top of my deer, dude. 12 live, only 8 likes. Let's smash the like button. Hell yeah, Mr. Detroit City. If you guys, we got that many people watching, you could at least pop me a like. That'd be awesome. The 13 of you that are here. Jason, good thing Goff is 3-0 against Stafford. Isn't it just awesome that every time Matt Stafford and his big fucking goofy white teeth have had to play Jared Goff and the fucking Detroit Lions, we have just taken them directly to Pound Town. Express ticket, first class, directly to Pound Town, making Matt Stafford and his big fucking goofy white teeth look even more clownish than they are. Saw Metallica, GNR, and Guns N' Roses at the Silverdome back in '92. That's bonkers. I was 4 years old, Art Vanderlei. That would have been a fucking wild show, dude. That would have been a wild show. So I have seen Metallica 3 times, all 3 times at Van Andel. I'm trying to remember the exact sequence. I believe the first time I seen them was on the Saint Anger tour when I was like 15 or 16 years old. And then a couple of other tours, but I'm going to be honest, by the 3rd time I seen them, they were starting to slow down a little bit. And who was it? It was either the Saint Anger tour or the second time I seen them, Godsmack opened for him. And that was pretty impressive performance-wise, at least for a teenager. The Black Album was my first rock album. I wasn't allowed to listen to anything about country until junior high, joining the wrestling team. That's when I started learning about rock. Hell yeah, dude. The Black Album was probably one of the first CDs that I went and bought myself. Honestly, like my whole life, my brother was a big Metallica fan. I always liked Metallica. And then in my like early teens, back in the day, VH1 had the show called Behind the Music, and they had a whole Behind the Music on Metallica, and it just fucking blew my mind, dude. And like, I ain't shitting you boys. I can generally tell if it's a Metallica song within the first like 2 seconds of it starting to play. And with the exception of some some albums, most times when I hear Metallica, the hair on the back of my neck and my arms stand up because it just triggers something inside of me. You know what I'm saying? Always wanted to see them at Van Andel. I heard Van Andel Van Andel's a sweet place to see them, dude. Hell yeah. I thought we lost the first matchup with Stafford in LA. Did we? I can't recall, to be honest with you, Brent DeWitt. It was so long ago. And fuck Matt Stafford and his big goofy white teeth. Brent Dillinger always wanted to see them at Van Andel. Yeah, dude, everybody says it was a great venue. I never got to experience it. Kid Rock came down here to Ocala. Yeah, I said it right. Ocala, Florida, a few years back. Let's go. Hell yeah. You know, Kid Rock actually has a life-size replica of the White House at his property, I think, in Tennessee. Hashtag Detroit, Mr. Detroit City. Hell yeah. Brennan Dillinger says, oh, Bob. Oh, Bob. I don't know what you're getting at, dude, but oh, Bob. Jason Kenny, love the Van Andel Arena, and that place where most of my favorite professional arenas to compete at in rodeo. No shit, dude. No shit. That's awesome. And you got to see Jason, you got to see a bunch of different venues and stuff, dude. That's pretty cool. We did lose to them in LA. I was at that game. Goff threw a pick to close out the game. Oh, yeah, you're right, dude. That's right. You're right, Art Vanderlei. I remember that game, Mr. Detroit City. Ba da ba da bang da bang, dicky 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 said the boogie, said up chuck the boogie. Hell yeah, Mr. Detroit City, dude. That's what's up. Kelly forced Stafford to get veneers. Well, yeah, because Kelly Stafford is a bitch. She's a bitch, and Matt Stafford is a cuckold. If you guys don't know the story, she cucked Matt Stafford with the backup quarterback in college to get his attention. So he's a cuckold. He's going to do whatever he's told. And Kelly Stafford, look, I understand you beat brain cancer, and good on you. That's awesome. But so did my boss, and he's a dildo, right? So Kelly Stafford, you're a bitch. Long and short, you're a bitch. And I'm sorry that you're butthurt that the people of Detroit don't like you. But just go fuck yourself. Just go away. Stafford family, go away. Just go away. I'm sick of Matt Stafford and all this shit. I saw John Morrison at Van, and dude, that's what's up, dude. Just went to Kid Rock's new restaurant down here in Nashville. It's called Detroit Cowboy. No shit, dude. No shit, Art. That's awesome. Hell yeah, Cowboy. Art. Jason Kenyon. Kelly Stafford was the first person to play through a broken throat. Nicely done, Mr. Detroit City. F the Staffords, that's right. Well, dude, Art Vanderlei, I'm glad I got you cracking up, brother. That's what we're here to do. Mr. Detroit City says, champion. Hell yeah, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, we got a few more minutes here. Let's go ahead and read this last article about Anzalone's cryptic post adds fuel to the perceived contract demands in Detroit. This coming to us from Lions Wire yesterday afternoon. Lions linebacker Alex Anzalone remained away from the team's voluntary offseason workouts thus far. The team captain is entering the final year of his contract. The deal is void in 2026, and the presumption is that Anzalone, who turns 31 in September, is looking for more money, more guaranteed money, or some combination of both to stay in Detroit. Very hot take. He's either looking for more money or more guaranteed money. Wow, that's a 10,000 IQ move right there. Anzalone's latest social media post is throwing gasoline onto a smoldering situation, one that head coach Dan Campbell stated last week didn't concern him at all. Instagram post shows Anzalone working out away from the team and looking impressive physically. Anzalone makes no mention at all of the Lions in the extended video clip, nor does he refer to Detroit in a simple comment, in life you have options, which will you choose? Based on the comments in the clip, including one from Lions teammate Jahmyr Gibbs, it's abundantly clear that the masses believe Anzalone is referring to his previous contractual squabbles with the Lions in the video. We're not going to play the video because I'm already going to get copyrighted. Anzalone is under contract for $6 million in 2025. Boy, I wish I was under contract for only $6 million for 1 year. Though none of the salary is guaranteed, including his $100,000 roster bonus, Anzalone's total compensation is outside the top 25 linebackers in the NFL for 2025. So there you go. We got an answer. He is at the bottom end of the pay scale. So I get where he's coming from because he has outperformed where his pay structure is at. But God damn, I wish I could make $6 million for 1 year. So let me ask, guys. Let me ask. Down in the chat, hashtag BoomDumKids, Jason Cominda, LOL, F the Staffords, no, F Pearl Jam. They're still butthurt over losing the Supersonics to become the OKC Thunder. Bwahaha! Eddie Vedder, gonna drop a chat into F for Eddie Vedder. I will fist fight all of Pearl Jam by myself. Dude, Brendan Dillinger, you could probably fist fight Pearl Jam by yourself with one hand tied behind your back, sitting in a chair blindfolded. They're a bunch of soy boy beta male. Bunch of soy boy beta male bitches. You know what I'm saying? Imagine a 100K super chat. Yeah, shit, Mr. Detroit City. That would be wild. YouTube would love that because YouTube takes a nice 30% of the super chat. $6 million, where do I sign? Yeah, dude, like, legit, I would take practice squad salary over what I make now. If they're like, look, dude, just go out there and you're just going to get the shit beat out of you for the next, 18 weeks and you're going to make $1 million. Where do I sign? Yes, sir. No, I don't need that much, man. I don't need that much. $1 million and I'm gone. I am out this life. I am living in a fucking van down by the river. I'm off the grid. I'm gone. I don't have that. $1 million is just enough for me to call that fuck you money, and I am gone. You know what I'm saying? They do them. It's messed up. Not sure what you mean, Brendan Dillinger. I'm sorry, bud. Guys got me wanting to go sit in a field, listen to Creed, think about my life. Dude, talk about a resurgence for Creed. Them Gen Z guys really were like, damn, this Creed shit is legit. And, frankly, I was a big Creed fan growing up. I had one of their first album that went real mainstream. And then, honestly, like, everybody that I fucking knew back in the day just made me feel real bad for liking Creed because, that was back when you could really see the liberal establishment starting to really take hold, and anything that was perceived Christian or Christian adjacent was poo-pooed and bad and you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of, social pressure to not like Creed. And, looking back on it, I wish I'd had more fucking balls as a teenager. But, it is what it is, though. I am glad to see Creed having a career resurgence because Scott Stapp has a really unique voice. Their songs bang, and honestly, I'm going to say the same thing about Nickelback. I really don't like Nickelback, but some of their jams are jams, dude. And music is music. If it's good, it's good. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't like the music that gets stuck in my head, but, what you going to do? Sadly, I was a bit of a fan of Pearl Jam until living in Oklahoma and seeing Eddie say F Oklahoma for taking his team away. Then it was bet. Hell yeah. No shame in liking, subbing, and sharing Jesus Christ, baby. Hell yeah, Mr. Detroit City. With arms wide open. And, Jason Kenyon, I like, when I was a kid, just listening to music, I always thought Eddie Vedder's voice was real unique and real cool. But, now that I'm well into my adulthood, but once you start to learn about all these douche nozzles and their stupid fucking opinions, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to be a huge Robert De Niro fan, and now since he can't keep his mouth shut about shit he doesn't know anything about, I'm just like, shut up, old man. Shut up and go away. Stop making shitty movies, all right? Stop making shitty movies and go away. Faith in football equals America. Hell yeah, it does, Mr. Detroit City. And that's what our show is fueled by, faith in football and the American dream. That's right, fellas. That is right. Well, looks like we're going to run a little bit short-ish. We can kind of stretch it out and engage with you guys down in the chat here a little bit, pad it out for an hour. Jason Kenyon, one of the top Christian bands from the 90s, was fun to listen to. The former lead singer almost won The Voice. His daughter just about did this year. No shit, dude. That's wild, man. And when you look at it, who was it? Wasn't Evanescence also a Christian band? And not for nothing, I mean, she's a fucking joke now. But, Katy Perry she started off as a Christian artist. I believe her dad is actually a preacher somewhere. And she started off as a Christian artist, singing Christian ballads and stuff before transitioning to pop culture and selling her soul. Who was it? Yeah, Jason Kennedy, do you remember the name of the band or the singer? That'd be interesting trivia to know. Also, shout out Brendan Dillinger. I think you're new here, bud. Way to just be, engaged, my guy. Seriously, that's awesome. Forrest Frank is the top one out now, top Christian band out now. I'm with you, Robert D. Loved him back in the day. Now, yeah. Positive kid. Yeah, dude. I'll look it up quick. Cool. Appreciate that, Jason. That's what's up. You guys are what's up, yo. Hit some fucking heart emojis in the chat for y'all. So how are we looking down here at the poll? Wow, we got 11 votes, you guys. Damn. I think that's the most votes we've ever had. That's what's up, you guys. Really kicking ass and taking names. So we're going to go ahead, leave the poll up for another couple more minutes. If you haven't already, go ahead and get your vote in. Will AA, Alex Anzalone, be on the team come the start of the regular season? Again, there's no wrong answers here. Option A, yes, he must, a true leader. Or option B, no, it's Action Jack Campbell's time to lead. And so far, we got 64% of the vote coming in. Yes, Alex Anzalone must be on the team. He's a true leader, with 36% of you saying, nope, it's Jack's time to lead. No wrong answers there, because personally, as much as I'd like to see Alex Anzalone in-house, we're repping the Lions, Honolulu Blue here for, a couple more years, and I don't want to listen to Hat and Boobs fucking bitch about him not being on the team. I think Action Jack Campbell is him. I really do. I think Action Jack Campbell takes that final step into elite status. I've been saying it for 2 years now. I'm going to keep saying it until he's out of the league. Jack Campbell's the next Brian Urlacher of the NFC North. Jack Campbell's going to be the next top linebacker in the NFL for the next 2 or 3 years, right? He's that guy. Aw, thanks, Mr. Detroit City. This channel is growing like one of them paper straws when you hit it with some drops of water and it expands. Thank you, dude. Thank you, man. That's awesome. That's really nice of you to say, dude. We are plugging away. Full disclosure, we'll just kind of wrap this week up on some personal stuff, or not personal stuff, but just some transparency. We had, in my opinion, a shitload of growth during the draft period, more than I actually could have hoped for. I was hoping to get 5 subscribers. We ended up growing by almost 30, right? And then post-draft, I was anticipating a massive drop-off in viewership. I really was like, all right, I'm pretty much dead with getting subs until the start of the regular season. It is what it is. This is kind of what I was anticipating. And yes, technically viewership is down, watch time is down because we had such a massive influx during the draft. But I tell you what, boys, we have just been seeing a steady stream of new subscribers coming in, and I really fucking am impressed. I didn't think it was going to happen, and it really is all because of guys like you, Brent, Mr. Detroit City. My dude is out here doing yeoman's work. Those of you guys in the chat, Brent DeWitt, Jason Kenyon, I'm Chasing Chase, Mr. Detroit City, you guys are in the chat every single day. Now we got new people, Sam Armstrong, Brendan Dillinger. You guys are showing up every day and engage, not just showing up and watching, but you're engaging in the chat, which I like to chat with you guys, man. This is awesome. Once you go 5 days a week, the channel will really pop off, Mr. Detroit City. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for, actually. I try and extrapolate data on the 3 days a week and kind of I don't like to anticipate because then I set too high of a bar for myself and I'm ultimately disappointed. But I do think along those lines, and I am kind of starting to think, man, maybe once we go 5 days a week, we're going to be really kind of rip-roaring and rocking and rolling, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to do live Lions games? Because I'm in Florida and watch YouTube Lions live. Sam Armstrong, that's a good question. Probably not. My work schedule is very, very goofy. And some days the place I work, we're open 7 days a week, and my schedule is in fluctuation quite regularly. So as much as I would like to watch and commentate Lions games live for you guys, I wouldn't be able to consistently do it, to really, hang your hat on it. Also, I really like to watch football games. I like to watch the plays develop and unfold. It is a general passion of mine. And part of me thinks I might not be able to enjoy the game as much if I'm trying to call the play out as it's happening and keep you guys up to date. Not that I don't want to. I just personally don't think that I would be able to enjoy the game that much, and I don't think that I would be able to provide a regularly scheduled and high enough grade product at this point to kind of go after that demographic, that market. You know what I'm saying? Captain Jack is a dog, but I think he's a year away from being able to lead the defense as effectively as AA. Brent DeWitt. You're probably not wrong. We did see him take big steps last year, but he wasn't calling the show 100% of the time. And Alex Anzalone has got that veteran leadership. Sam Armstrong, me too, brother. Hello from Ocala. Oh, yeah, that's right. Mr. Detroit City and Sam, you guys are both in Florida. Hell yeah, you are. Brendan Dillinger. Oh, wow, Jared Goff has great size. Yes, Jared Goff does have great size. Just ask Sean McVay's wife. She can tell you all about Jared Goff's size. Okay, Jaden Cree was top 5 this season on The Voice. Yes, I watched The Voice. Love seeing success. Her dad was Brian Olson, who is a 2000 played in a Christian rock band, The New Boys. Okay, right on. And you know what, Jason, dude, there's nothing wrong with liking The Voice, bro. All right, it is. We all have our guilty pleasures, man. I watch the whatever season it is, spring, fall, holiday. I watch the baking championship with Hat and Boobs. All right, I watch the shit out of that. I watch the shit out of like guys' grocery games and diners, drive-ins, and dives. All right, we all got a guilty pleasure, man. You really want to know something fucked up? You know what Hat and Boobs caught me watching yesterday? All right, so let's not yesterday, but a couple days ago. So growing up, one of my guilty pleasures was I liked watching trash reality TV shows with my mother. It's one of my favorite things growing up. And one of my favorite fucking shows to watch was Laguna Beach. I loved Laguna Beach. I loved watching Laguna Beach. And yes, I watched way more of The Hills than I should even admit to. So the other day, I'm sitting on the couch playing some Civ, just, chilling on Max, relaxing on Cool. And what do I have on the TV for background noise? Was it Keeping Up with Cavallari or something Cavallari? Yeah, Kristen Cavallari's reality TV show on E, back when she was married to Jay Cutler. So there is no shame in you watching The Voice, dude. I watch trash television, all right? At least what you're watching involves some fucking skill, okay? At least what you're watching involves skill. I'm just watching garbage. Check out Mike Kimber live streams for the games and tell everyone about Hat. Hell yeah. Yeah, Mike Kimber actually does a really good job. I've if I can't watch the games on my Hulu app or something, I'll actually listen to Kimber's play-by-play. Hello, Mr. Detroit. I wish I had tech to do all this. Jason, can you? What do you mean the tech to do all this? Trying to look things up and all that jazz, or just live stream? I could tell you how to do it. It's not that. I just have a laptop, a couple lights, and a real shitty old camera, dude. Zephyr Hills, Florida. Am I saying that? Zephyr Hills, Florida? Gotcha. Interesting. I met Iris Herrera a few weeks ago. Right on. Did Goff smash Ms. McVay? Sam Armstrong. So that is the kind of the rumor, the unconfirmed rumor on why Jared Goff fell out of favor with Sean McVay is that he porked his wife and porked her good too. So that is kind of the rumors that Goff smashed Sean McVay's wife. I'm changing. My background show is Life Below Zero. No desire to live in the Arctic Circle, but it's interesting. Chase, exactly, bro. Exactly. It's like, I can't explain it, but it's interesting, and I like it. It scratches a certain part of my brain that feels good. Hat and Beard walks in the garage. Beard's just rocking out to Taylor Swift, painting his toenails. Backs up slowly, closes the door in terror. I hate Taylor Swift. I really don't like Taylor Swift, but goddamn, Shake It Out is a fucking banger of a... Shake It Off is just a fucking banger of a song, and I will boogie my country ass off to Shake It Off, because the hater's going to hate. Hate. And the player's going to play. Play. Baby, I'm just going to shake. Shake. A Shake It Off. A Shake It Off. Hell yeah. Sam Armstrong, you also watch Mike Kimber? Hell yeah. Jason Kenya, streaming really? The best way to do it, man, is to just click live. Laptop or phone. You just... trial and error, man. Trial and error. I did kind of scripted videos for a while, and frankly, I got tired of all the editing and all the work and I felt like my time was real condensed in the morning, and I was just a lot of pressure put on myself to get videos out. So I decided to do live streaming. I was like, fuck it. You know what? And I like the product a lot better. I like how I can engage with you guys a lot more. I feel like you're getting a more authentic... Yeah, it's not as polished, and yeah, I read at a 6th grade fucking reading level, and sometimes I swear and say stupid shit. But I'd rather you guys have this raw, authentic version of myself than the polished videos that I was trying to put out with the editing and making sure all the words are right and the timing is right and all the art that went into it. I'd rather just live stream for you guys. It's way more fun, and it's way more engaging to run with you guys. I sync the TV and listen to Dan Miller. Hell yeah, dude. Dan Miller, the voice of the Lions. My background show is Festival de Luja. I'm not sure what Festival de Luja is, my guy, and I'm not going to look it up on stream. How's that? Jason, we happen to have a stream doctor in the chat. Yeah. Oh, shit. I didn't realize. Yeah, Chase. Yeah, Jason. If you really want to get into streaming, get a hold of Chase. He's like my number one go. I ask him all kinds of shit, dude. He's more or less the one who's basically set everything up for me. You know what I'm saying? He tells me exactly what to do, how to do it. Chase is my go-to guy for questions on streaming, dude. He can tell you exactly what to do and get you going. Hat and Feet OF channel takes off from there. Oh, man, dude, I wish I could fucking just sell pictures of my... I wish I could sell pictures of my feet and fucking fart in a jar and make 6 fucking figures. You know how awesome that would be? Golly, if only I had bigger fucking tits and a cuter fucking face. Festival de Lucha, I meant. Hat and Meat of OF channel. That's... Now we're talking, boys. Now we're going to start double dipping. We're going to have 2 channels. We're going to have Hat and Feet and Hat and Meat, and I'm going to double dip, $69.99 a month subscription. Keep it live, brother. Hell yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Not sure how I want to do that. Oh, just not sure. Well, Jason, it's just kind of figure out maybe what you want to talk about, dude. You know, I don't know. Is there much, to be honest, you have an insight on it. Is there much rodeo content provided on YouTube? Or is that a niche that you can exploit and become the first in that market? Us Florida Lions need to link up and watch Lions games live at a spot. Hell yeah, that'd be what's up, you guys. Fun how you interact with the chat. Hey, Brendan Dillinger, thank you, my guy. I try and engage with you guys as much as I can. I will sell pics of my beehole if it gets me out of debt. Don't got to show my face. See, and Chase, my thing is for me, if I started selling pictures of my butthole is a lot prettier than my face. So I think I'd have a little bit of an ego blow. It would just kind of suck to see people, being like, "Oh my God, look at that pretty butthole," and I'm like smiling on camera every day. Maybe I should just do a live stream where I just talk with my butt like Ace Ventura, see if it gets more views. Only listening for 10 minutes. You are mildly entertaining, but you seem like an authentic dude. I will subscribe. Don't bank on me being a regular. Hey, James, that's what's up, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. Mildly entertaining. It's a nice backhanded compliment. I appreciate it. We're trying to be authentic, my guy. It's a learning thing. Feel free to check back whenever, dude. Maybe we'll be a little bit more down the growth line and a better product for you. But thank you for subscribing, my guy. I really appreciate that. Just put hat and boobs on Talking Sports. Dude, and what sucks is we tried to get Hat and Boobs, that handle Hat and Boobs, and we tried a couple of different ways, but YouTube would not let her do it. So that's why she is Hat and Boobs fangirl, or Hat and Beard fangirl. Have a great day, everyone. One Pride Worldwide. Brent DeWitt, enjoy, brother. Stay cool. Hopefully you guys get the power back on, or power's back on. You guys are cleaning up. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the weekend, my guy. Stay out of trouble. We'll see you Monday morning, Mr. DeWitt. Like and subscribe. South mouth, aka butthole. Hell yeah, dude. It's my winking brown eye. For sure, Mr. Detroit. Thought that was Jimmy Hart. James, I'm gonna give you a shot. Keep doing what you're doing. Hey, James, thank you, dude. I appreciate it, brother. And that's all I ask. Give me a shot. I ain't everybody's cup of tea, dude, but once in a while, even a blind squirrel finds a nut. You know what I'm saying? I could probably hit that niche easy, especially with doing stories and sports reporting. There are young kids from Michigan doing well on the national stage. One from up north, and held him in my arms. Hell yeah. See, Jason? There you go, dude. There you go. I think we found what you need to stream, or at least what you need to talk about, dude. Take advantage of that. They always say niche down. You know what I'm saying? Great show. Peace. All right, guys. Yeah, now that it is 11 a.m., we are going to have to wrap this up, guys. So, man, y'all have been just even a blind squirrel finds a nut. Exactly, dude. Once in a while, I get lucky, James. Once in a while, I get lucky, So today, guys, we talked about our boy DJT and the Steelers respond to angry fans after Mason Rudolph, Miles Killebrew, former Lion, give President Donald Trump jersey at a rally. And the Pittsburgh Steelers basically said, go fuck yourselves. We're not playing identity politics anymore. If you don't like it, tough tits, Tony. Then we walked on over to Pride of Detroit. Just a brief story on how the new Lions linebacker, Grant Stuard, who was brought in his 5th year, spent time in Tampa and Indianapolis, has remarked on just how much different it is here in Detroit, how it's, quote, eye-opening, and the intensity, the demands out of the players, and how awesome that is. That's what sets the Detroit Lions. That's why we are perennial playoff and Super Bowl contenders. And we finished up today talking about Alex Anzalone and his cryptic messages, just kind of signaling to Detroit. We all know he's not at OTAs, and it's probably a money thing. He is the bottom end of the pay scale as far as linebackers are concerned, but on the wrong side of 30. Personally, I think Alex Anzalone should fall into a nice, just outside the top 10 linebacker range if we want to re-sign him. But personally, I'm not willing to throw good money after bad, and if his asking price is too much, it's time to move on, because we have plenty of players who can play at high enough of a level right now and can ascend to a higher ceiling. As much of a fan favorite as you are, Alex Anzalone, and a quarterback on the field, the NFL is ultimately a business, and sometimes business decisions have to be made. So, boys, I appreciate it. Back to work later, James. Have a good one, James. Stay out of trouble. Even a blind squirrel, and I found you. All right, that's good. That's good, James. I like that. Is the nut why the squirrel is blind is the question. Them squirrels, they say you go blind, you play with yourself too much. And maybe that's why the blind squirrel is blind. He was playing with his nuts too much. You never know. All right, fellas, we had a great week. Great week of shows. Good growth, man. Appreciate all of you tuning in, telling a friend, helping grow the channel, engaging in the chat. Absolutely phenomenal. Been a great week of shows this week, guys. Thank you so much for everything. It is Wednesday, so it's the end of the week, guys. Try and have yourself a good rest of the week. Stay out of trouble. Don't call for bail money, because I don't have it. Enjoy the weekend. Don't party too hard. We will be back Monday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here at youtube.com, and 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time for you Cowboys down in Oklahoma. I got you, Jason. Don't worry, bud. Until then, I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. Bonga bonga.